Discussions for who the worst character in Garden Warfare 2 have been around since the beginning, because there always seems to be some sort of balancing issue with the characters. But over time, as the game has gotten older, we've all seemed to collectively agree on who is and who isn't the worst character in the game. Usually when you hear a discussion about the worst character in the game, your mind goes to Centurion, Toxic Citron, Electro Citron, Cosmic Brains, and Armor Chomper, right? And to be completely honest, all of those opinions aren't wrong. Especially Armor Chomper. This character can sometimes feel so god-awful to play. And there's a reason for that. Simply put, he is too slow, and he doesn't have the capabilities of long range like other characters. This means that you're going to take forever to get to an enemy, and considering how many insta-kill abilities and instant win button abilities there are in the game, you may not even get to kill them in the first place. But I will say this about Armor Chomper. He is pretty good in Lonathon too. But not only that, one of, if not the only good aspects of this character is the fact that it feels so good to get a kill with him. Knowing that you put all that time in, all that waiting around to kill somebody, it's an experience that can only be described as pure jubilation whenever it happens. Because that's just how bad he is. That's just how happy he can make you feel. But that's the thing, is that he still has that. But I believe I've found a character that doesn't have that feeling. A character that even if you go on a full kill streak with them, you will still feel absolutely nothing when you play them. And that character is AC Perry. Okay, so just to let you guys know, this is really just going to be based entirely on opinion, unlike the Demo Man video, because the truth of the matter is that I know a lot of people don't see this guy as the worst, and you're most likely not going to have your opinion changed on who the worst character is by watching this video. This is just me expressing myself. So without further ado, let's go into the basic stats of the AC Perry. So let's start off with the basics of AC Perry's character. He has 15 ammo per clip, and he's a freezing character with splash damage, and from what I can tell, it takes him roughly around 5 seconds to empty the entire clip. I forgot to mention this, but it also takes him roughly around 3 seconds to reload his clip. His weapon also functions similarly to that of the Rock P, to where you can hit an enemy for splash damage, but if you hit an enemy directly, the number for splash damage and direct hit damage will pop up. His splash damage is 7, and his direct hit damage is 9, and he can't do critical hits. So I'm pretty sure anybody that plays the game is gonna know that this is a problem, right? Because the regular engineer has 12 ammo and does 40 damage and 20 splash damage with his weapon. And while he can't empty his clip as fast as the AC Perry, nor can he shoot as fast as the AC Perry, the amount of raw damage you get is just considerably better in almost every aspect. There's not really a whole lot of instances where trading out raw damage for some sort of special ability is actually helpful. There are some times, but for the most part, no. In fact, his special ability is actually something I want to talk about. One thing ice characters are very known for is the fact that you can shoot a character enough times and they will freeze solid, along with the fact that you can shoot them a couple of times and then they'll slow down. But how good is this freezing effect actually? And how many times do you have to shoot an enemy in order for you to fully freeze somebody? Well, take a look at this clip. So I think you can see what the problem is. It shouldn't take 11 out of the 15 shots in my clip, which already fires incredibly slow, to fully freeze somebody. It becomes so painful to actually bring this ability into effect, to where the only point when the freezing ability is most effective is when you also get to use the stun grenade. Otherwise, it's not really all that useful. Because think about it, how many times are you going to be able to kill somebody while you freeze them? The most you're going to do is delay the inevitable. You're not going to be able to fully kill them. Or you'll kill them before you even get to use the freezing effect in the first place, because, you know, the amount of damage AC parry does with 11 shots is enough to kill certain characters in the game. No character should have an ability-reliant playstyle or an effect that takes so long to be put into effect to the point it feels useless. Unfortunately, AC parry has both of those and it harms him severely. But that's not the only reason why I don't like him. There's also one more thing, and that's simply put, his accuracy. This character does not feel very accurate to me. Maybe it's because he's semi-automatic and has the engineer's crosshair. Maybe it's the fact that his projectile arc and projectile speed are something I'm not used to when playing engineer or something, but he just does not feel very accurate in the slightest. Sometimes it'll feel like you'll shoot a character and then it'll go straight past them. And that part really, really sucks when trying to play this character. From what I can tell, I have this issue at the most when up close. I don't really have this issue anywhere else, but just up close, it's really difficult for me to land my shots when playing him. And that's how most engineers, if not all engineers in the game, are supposed to be played, up close. So yeah, that's why I don't like the AC parry very much. His projectile speed, the amount of damage he does, how long it takes to freeze people, all of it sort of just sucks. Word of advice, don't play this character.